uh, YouTube package, the YouTube team as well. So we're bidding them entry at this time as we get our news going one more time. Let's give you the theme as we welcome our friends from the YouTube channel. And this is now on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and on our radio platform. Of course, we are also having hooked up to than Gospel Expression Radio in New York, as well as Caribbean Vibes Radio, Caribbean with a K, Caribbean Vibes Radio over there in Massachusetts, in the United States as well. We begin our news package this evening with information that consumers are being reminded to request a warranty when purchasing appliances other than electrical items this holiday season. The urging by the Consumer Affairs Commission, CSC, comes in the background of the agency's concern that too many persons are buying these items a written guarantee for their replacement or repair if necessary. Speaking at a recent Jamaican Information Service JIS think tank, CSC Director of Communications Latoya Halstead said most of the complaints made to the agency this year are related to electrical equipment and appliances. According to her, year on year, the purchasing of appliances tops the complaint category, and it says that consumers are not doing their due diligence when they are purchasing these items. Ms. Halstead emphasized that consumers must demand a warranty if one is not given to them willingly, as items do not always work as expected. Ms. Halstead also encourages consumers to read labels carefully and, as best as possible, test the appliances in store before making a purchase. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that the government's priority is to deal with violence, crime, and public order as a national security risk. According to the Prime Minister, anything that weakens the ability of the state to exercise its sovereignty and give a security guarantee is a national threat. The Minister was addressing a recent citizens business group meeting at the Jamaica House, comprising the financial secretary, all the heads of relevant agencies such as the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, Heart NSTA Trust, and the Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ. The Chief of Defense Staff, Police Commissioner, and the Director General of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, were also included in that meeting. The group is supported by the Cabinet through the Cabinet and the Office of the National Advisor. The Zones of Special Operations, ZOZO, a security measure that has been used for some 5 years now. Minister Holness said the communities in which they have been declared are no longer considered violence producing areas. He said the citizens in these areas now feel secure and wants the government to continue with those ZOZO operations. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, e-ticketing system has been bolstered with the handover of 3,000 set of rugged handsets and printers by the Ministry of National Security. Portfolio Minister Dr. Horace Chang made the presentation recently at the JCF's Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch on Elliston Road in Kingston. The e-ticketing system, which is designed to be a more efficient and accurate alternative to traditional written tickets, enables police personnel to issue a printed ticket on the spot with information about the offense, fine, court date, and other details. The system also allows for officers to instantly check outstanding tickets motorists may have, whether they are persons of interest or wanted, as well as information pertaining to their fitness, registration, insurance, and other personal data. Minister Chang said that which is critical part of the JCF's digitization drive, represents a paradigm shift in policing in the digital age. Since the launch of the new digitized traffic system, a ticketing system on February 1, 2023, a total of 293,128 e-tickets have been issued by the police up to December 14. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson said the machines are more efficient and facilitate greater productivity. You're listening to news on NRP Radio and on YouTube and Facebook, as well as on our radio platform, nrpmediaja.com. It's 8:42. A firearm and several rounds of ammunition was seized along East Street in Kingston on Saturday. That's today. Reports from the Denhamtown police are that about 3:10 this morning, lawmen were on a patrol and saw three men. Upon seeing the police, one of the men threw an object. When it was retrieved, it was discovered to be a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 11 9mm rounds of ammunition. All three men were taken into custody. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. And in sports, Leeds United dismantled fellow championship High Flyers Ipswich Town with a comprehensive victory at Elland Road to stamp their own promotion credentials. Daniel Farke's side struck 4 times to leave Ipswich a 5-game unbeaten run in tatters in front of a raucous crowd and end their own 2-game winless run. The damage was done in the first half. Kick started when Pascal Struck headed in after town goalkeeper Vaclav Latke had palmed away Joel Piro's attempt from a Crescencio Somerville corner. It was an unfortunate return to former surroundings for Ipswich ex-Whites defender Leif Davis, who inadvertently bundled the Somerville cross past his own keeper after a quick-fire counter and then brought down the same player who converted the subsequent penalty kick. Little change after chasing a half-time break for the visitors. Within 2 minutes of the restart, Perrault hit the bar and then made sure of the points and his place on the score sheet moments after when he smashed the ball beyond Latke. That's sports. And now for the weather report and forecast. The National Met Service of Jamaica is reporting that there is a significant feature of a weakening trough across Jamaica. The trough is expected to dissipate by tonight. A ridge is then expected to build across Jamaica by tomorrow morning and remain for the next few days. In the 24-hour forecast, tonight, partly cloudy. Christmas Eve, isolated morning showers across northeastern parishes, otherwise partly cloudy during the daytime. In the forecast after tomorrow, that's Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and Wednesday, partly cloudy all days. Afternoon, partly cloudy in the afternoon across hilly areas all day. Otherwise, mainly sunny in other places. Other current regional weather features, there's a ridge across the Gulf of Mexico. And in terms of the minimum and minimum temperature expected for Kingston tonight, 23 degrees Celsius. In Montego Bay, a similar 23 degrees Celsius. That's the latest news, sports, and the weather right here on nrpmediaja.com. We're heading overseas now to join the V to hear what's the latest happening on the international scene. As you are very much aware, the VOA have their pulse, their hands on the pulse of the international news, and they are our partners. Let's go on over and hear from them at this time.
This is VOA News. I'm Alexis Strope. Israel battled Hamas militants on Saturday in pursuit of its elusive goal of full control of northern Gaza after the UN Security Council appealed for more aid for the Palestinian enclave, but stopped short of demanding a ceasefire. Reuters correspondent Olivia Zolino reports.
U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Saturday about the situation in Israel and Gaza.
I have with Netanyahu today, and it's a private conversation.
While leaving for Camp David, Biden told reporters he did not ask Netanyahu for a ceasefire. Israel's main ally has kept up its support while expressing concern over the growing casualty toll and humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Netanyahu's office said in a statement, the Israeli leader, quote, made clear that Israel will pursue the war until all of its objectives are fully met. 201 Palestinians have been killed over the past 24 hours, taking the death toll to over 20,000 during an 11-week conflict, the Palestinian Health Ministry said on Saturday.
Olivia Zolino from Reuters. Police in Cologne, Germany say indications of a possible attack have led them to search the country's landmark cathedral with sniffer dogs. They add that worshippers attending Christmas Eve Mass on Sunday in the Cologne landmark will undergo security screening before being allowed in. Meanwhile, police in Vienna, Austria, also said Saturday that they are taking heightened security measures around churches and Christmas markets, deploying both uniformed and plainclothes officers. Neither police agency has specified the threat, but the DPA news agency says police detected signs of a possible attack by Islamic extremists without citing a specific source. For additional stories 24 hours a day, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. Chinese state media says the quake that hit northwest China this week and killed at least 148 people has caused economic losses. AP correspondent Charles De La Desma reports.
State broadcaster CCTV reports officials in Gansu conducted preliminary assessment that showed the province's agricultural and fisheries industries have lost 532 million yen, about $74.6 million. Authorities are considering the best use of a relief fund set up days before for the agricultural sector to resume production as soon as possible. CGTN, the Chinese state broadcaster's international arm, says the first batch of 500 temporary housing units had been built for residents near Gansu on Friday night. Many had spent the night in shelters as temperatures plunged well below freezing. I'm Charles De La Desma.
The president says he intends to veto a spending bill which includes money for public media and raises for teachers, dealing a blow to the new pro-European Union government of Prime Minister Donald Tusk. President Andrzej Duda said he would veto the bill that includes 3 billion zlotys for public media and would propose a bill of his own. It comes after Tusk's government this week fired the director of state television and radio outlets and the government-run news agency, saying that it is seeking to reestablish independent media in Poland. The El Nino weather pattern is expected to fuel a scorching summer in Australia, increasing the risks. From Sydney, Phil Mercer reports.
While northeastern Australia is cleaning up after this week's record-breaking rainfall, other parts have been battling bushfires. The increasing incidence of natural disasters in Australia has raised concerns among politicians, environmental activists and scientists about the impacts of climate change. Australia's left-leaning government has legislated a target to cut carbon emissions by 43% from 2005 levels by 2030 and to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Mercer, VOA News, Sydney.
Vatican next year will publish a collection of never homilies delivered by the late Pope Benedict XVI. Most of them were penned during his 10-year retirement. The homilies were recorded and transcribed by the consecrated women who tended to Benedict during his pontificate and retirement. In all, there are around 130 homilies, around 100 of which date from the first years of his retirement. Benedict died on December 31st, 2022, at the age of 95. He was the first pope in 6 centuries to retire. For additional stories, visit voanews.com. I'm Alexis Strope, VOA News.
Thank you very much for being there to the latest from the Voice of America. And with that, it concludes our news package inside the show this evening, the Weekendz Gospel Show. And we thank you very much for joining us on YouTube for this program. Please skip over now to the Facebook page or on the radio platform as we continue the program. So we've just opened up the YouTube this evening to welcome those of you who are listening to the news. The news is now done. So we're going to be asking you to skip on over to the Facebook account under LEAON Nash, LEAON Nash, right? Or go to NRP Media JA on Facebook account. So Facebook account is NRP Media JA or LEAON. So it's Leon, but there's an A after the E. All right. So do that for me, and we're going to continue the program right there. Stay with us. We're not done. We just come.
Four Seasons Sports and Equipment, the Sports Closet, now located at shop number 3, Leaders Plaza, Nashville, Mandeville, Manchester. Call them today at 876-613-7429. Cellular phone 876-363 or 876-546-0630. Yes, you asked for it and now you got it. Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Shop with us for a wide range of sporting goods and equipment. It's Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Sports Closet, you'll never go asking for anymore.
Celebrating 3 years since our inception, the NRP brand of radio and other social media platforms on NRP Media JA is the newest online platform accessible for the promotion of your church and community activities, along with news and sports related information you have been longing for. So call us today at 876-336-9928 or email us at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com.
NRP Media and Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitation.
Hepburn's Glass Appliances is a trend of glass mirrors in the industry. We specialize in clear glasses as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. Maximize your shopping experience. We stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness, quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none with same-day for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us 908-0962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
Yes, yes, yes. And for all those of you who are still there with me, once again, reminding you, right, that I will be broadcasting on the Facebook page as well as on our radio platform at nrpmediaja.com. So we're inviting you to come on over to that page at this time as we are preserving our YouTube broadcast or the platform itself for the news and other live shows that we're going to be bringing you, right? We do have a little challenge on this side, so we don't want to get any strikes against our name. So we are saying to you, come over to Facebook Live, come over, all right? And let's let that we can continue with the broadcast on that side as well, all right? So stick and stay with me as we push ahead. The summons is forward still. Tis Jehovah's will. Though the billows dashed and spray, but with a conquering trend, we will do what? Push ahead and roll the sea. Where we end on YouTube for this evening, and we're going to be continuing on Facebook Live under the name LEAO Nash or NRP Media JA. You can join us on our radio platform. Log in with your email, whatever the request is, so you can be able to talk back with us in the chat. All right? Blessings. Thank you so much for coming on board. We do appreciate your company. We appreciate your time. But, you know, you have to just do what you have to do. All right? Blessings, flowing like a mighty sea. We're going to move now to some great music, you know. We got the music. lined up long time. And we're going to